genes are passed down from parents to offspring. My genes are blue. It's diabolical copy in this political climate.
It's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
You'd think Hollywood's golden girl would have zero drama. Think again. You know what's crazy?
Roe v. Wade, not enough? Because I'm starting to think we're one Sydney Sweeney campaign away from them taking our right to vote, too.
These are passed down from parents to offspring, often determined in traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney went from everyone's favorite to the internet's most controversial star overnight. According to me, it all started with some unexpected scandals and strange ad choices.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Sydney Sweeney shot to fame playing Cassie in Euphoria, a role that perfectly mixed vulnerability, raw sexuality, and unforgettable meme-worthy moments. Her portrayal wasn't just about drama. It showed a young woman navigating complicated emotions, which many fans connected with deeply. Early on, she earned a loyal fan base who fiercely defended her, especially against the misogynistic backlash aimed at her for those bold, racy scenes. Fans applauded her for owning her choices and taking control of her narrative, calling it empowering. Off-screen, Sydney kept that cool girl image alive. She surprised people by sharing her passion for fixing cars, a hobby not usually associated with young Hollywood stars. This side of her made her feel more real and relatable to many, breaking the usual celebrity mold. People saw her as authentic and down-to-earth, someone you could root for beyond just her on-screen roles. But here's the twist. This early goodwill didn't last forever. As her fame grew, cracks started to show. Fans who once defended her began to question her choices and silence on bigger issues. That cool girl image began to blur, setting the stage for the controversies to come. And here's where things got even stranger for Sydney Sweeney. In 2022, she was caught in the middle of a major backlash after photos from her mom's birthday party surfaced online. The pictures showed guests wearing MAGA hats and Blue Lives Matter merchandise, symbols that have become deeply divisive in today's political climate. What made the situation worse wasn't just the merch itself, but Sydney's reaction. Instead of addressing the controversy head-on or condemning the political messages, she brushed it off as absurd political assumptions. That non-response left many people confused and frustrated. Unlike stars like Taylor Swift, who took a clear stand against MAGA and spoke openly about their political views, Sydney's silence was deafening. This quiet neutrality didn't just fly under the radar. It allowed right-wing fans to claim her as an unwoke icon, someone who supposedly stood against the mainstream progressive wave in Hollywood. But critics quickly pointed out that staying neutral in today's climate isn't really neutral at all. By not speaking out, Sydney seemed to enable harmful ideologies to thrive, or at least failed to reject them. This moment marked a turning point. Fans who once admired her began questioning her values and what she stood for. What would you have done if you were in her shoes? Have you ever seen a celebrity's silence cause this much drama? Sydney's MAGA party scandal opened the door to more questions about her public image, and trust in her began to crack. Hold up, things are about to get even wilder with Sydney's latest move. She set the internet on fire by teaming up with Dr. Squatch, yep, the men's soap brand with all those hilarious ads, to drop a limited edition soap with her bathwater. No, seriously, her bathwater. That's not a typo. It's a straight-up wink at the whole Belle Delphine bathwater circus from a few years back. Remember that? The internet lost its collective mind, and here we are again. Some folks were into it, saying Sydney was just leaning into her whole sex-positive, bold persona she's been rocking since Euphoria. I mean, bottling your bathwater, or at least pretending to, is pretty gutsy. Not the usual boring celeb perfume launch. It's like she was poking fun at the whole influencer game, turning the absurdity up to 11. You gotta admit, it's a lot more interesting than another face cream. But not everyone was clapping. Plenty of people were just confused, or honestly, kinda turned off. Critics called it try-hard and cringy, like, is she running out of ideas? Vibes. There were a lot of side eyes about whether she was empowering herself or just pandering to a bunch of gooners. If you know, you know. Some even wondered if Sydney was veering off the rails a bit, desperate to stay in the spotlight. Is she reinventing herself or just lost? The whole thing blew up into a debate on how far celebs should go to stay relevant online. Some fans cheered her on for having the guts to be weird. Others worried she just nuked her brand and maybe lost the plot with her OG supporters. I mean, imagine if your favorite celeb started hawking bathwater. Would you call it iconic or just EW? Bottom line, this wasn't just a goofy soap launch. It turned into a whole symbol of Sydney's wild, messy, kinda fascinating public image right now. And just when you thought the drama might cool off, boom, another twist was waiting around the corner. Man, just when you thought Sydney Sweeney had reached peak internet drama, American Eagle had to come in swinging with that ad. Yeah, the one blaring, "Sydney Sweeney has great genes." Jeans, haha, real clever. Except you look twice and it's like, are we doing this? Blonde, blue-eyed, retro vibes? Feels a little too much like those notorious old Calvin Klein ads from back in the day. The ones that made everyone side-eye the fashion industry for pushing the same cookie-cutter beauty ideals. And let's be real, this wasn't just a throwback for nostalgia's sake. A lot of folks caught those weird, almost eugenics-y undertones. Like, who signed off on this? Especially now, when every brand on earth is tripping over itself to scream, we're inclusive. We love everybody. American Eagle suddenly out here rolling the clock back? Feels wild. Maybe someone in marketing was asleep at the wheel. Or maybe, I don't know, there's just this weird cultural shift bubbling up, where even big brands are starting to push back, or accidentally stumble, against the whole diversity narrative. It's a mess. As for Sydney, yikes. She got dragged into looking like the poster child for some weird right-wing aesthetic movement, whether she wanted to or not. Did she know what she was signing up for? Who knows? Does it matter? The internet sure didn't care. She caught heat either way. Bottom line, it's not just about denim anymore. It's about the vibes those jeans give off, and who gets to decide what beauty even means. So, what do we do with celebs in all this? Are they just innocent bystanders? Or should they pay attention to the stuff their faces are slapped with? Me? I think if you're cashing those big checks, you have to at least peek at the fine print. But hey, maybe that's just me. What about you? Should stars get a pass or nah? Man, this whole Sydney Sweeney mess, it's like deja vu, but not in a cool way. Seriously, look at JoJo Siwa out here playing dress-up as a trad wife, or Jessie Murph belting out tunes that sound like someone dusted off a jukebox from 1962. There's this whole wave of hyper-whiteness and throwback conservatism crashing into pop culture, but it hasn't got any of Lana Del Rey's dreamy, ironic, or even critical edge. It's just empty, like they're putting on these looks and stirring up drama purely for the clicks. You can spot the performative rage bait from a mile away. And let's be real, Sydney's not getting dragged for nothing. Her drama is riding shotgun with a bigger, weirder shift in pop culture, where right-wing vibes sneak in dressed up as good old days, nostalgia, or some kind of faux edgy branding. The sketchy part? Unlike actual art that pokes fun or digs deep, this stuff is just a shiny cover for ideas that are, not so great. But Sydney? She's been ghosting the conversation. That silence of hers? It's screaming, honestly. These days, not saying anything kind of says a lot, you know? Whether she's playing Switzerland or just not ready to deal with the fallout, her lack of comment is gasoline on the fire. Fans, haters, everyone's squinting at her like, so what's your deal? And as the pop culture lines get fuzzier, we're all just left guessing where she stands. Have you noticed this trend elsewhere? What do you make of celebrities leaning into these controversial aesthetics without much explanation? So why all the hate? It boils down to whiplash. Sydney went from being this defended, relatable star to a symbol wrapped in ambiguous, right-wing coded branding that confuses fans. The biggest issue is her refusal to clarify her stances. In today's world, where even fashion choices carry political weight, staying silent feels either tone-deaf or calculated, and it's making people distrust her. She's profited from campaigns and moments that many see as controversial, yet she hasn't taken a clear position to address the concerns. That gap between her actions and words leaves fans questioning if she's just playing it safe or if there's something more behind the silence. In a polarized culture, neutrality rarely equals safety. It often sparks suspicion. At this point, many fans aren't buying the just a girl, just an actress story. When your image comes tied to loaded political signals, you can't just sit back and let others define your narrative. Sydney's choices have put her in a tricky spot, and the internet isn't letting her off the hook anytime soon. Sydney Sweeney's fall from grace isn't about one party or ad. It's about the internet's shrinking patience for silence in polarized times. Will she speak up or keep letting her image do the talking? If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments.